I take one step and I take 2 steps back. When our plans and our goals don't quite go the way we had expected to, we plan things through and run things through our head like a million times, and we write it on paper, and we're sure that some things are going to work out in our favor. But then it's a time for action, and we put our plans to the plow, our hands to the plow, and things run smooth until something always has to break the momentum to make you lose your focus, to stop you in your tracks. That some press forward to accomplish what they set out to do, but while others hang their head in defeat and let their dream die. So as soon as something comes to stop your momentum, to stop your plan in action, a lot of people, some people got the mentality that I'm going to keep on going, I'm going to keep on moving, I'm going to keep on pressing. But then you got some just said, well, I'm defeated. It didn't work for me, and I'm just going to hang my head. It ain't supposed to work out for me. God had other plans for me, and I'm going to move on to something else. See, some of us had issues like, I was a happy couple, and then I got married, and then things didn't work out. So now I'm divorced. And then some people say, well, I set out to start a business and it fell through, and now I'm in a pile of debt. And then some may have said that, well, I started school to get my degree, but work and life called, so guess what? I had to drop out. And then some say, well, you know, I started having my quiet time with the Lord every day, and then life got busy, and I got lazy, and I don't spend time like I used to. See, we take one step forward, and we move 2 steps back. 2, they start off with a very important word, and the important word is enlarge. See, enlarge is an encouragement for us to think big. We got to think bigger than what our mind will allow us to. We got to dream big. We got to get a bigger perspective on life. See, the first thing we got to do is we got to reject the smallness. See, a lot of us got a small mindset. See, we require us to get out of our small box that we in. That small box of comfort. That small box of routine. That small box of, hey, this is what I'm thinking about, and this is all I'm going to think about, and I ain't going to think about no further than what I'm thinking about right now.
Come on, prophet.
See, we got to get out of our small thinking of our limited view of God. See, we got to understand that our God can do anything. He can do everything. But we are at the point where this is all that I ask of God. This is all that I can think that He can do. But if God can create the heavens and the earth, if He can create you and me, and if He can create everything that you can see, do you think for a fact that He can provide you what you need in order to reach your goal? See, in the book of Numbers, we see that Caleb and Joshua saw a place of enlargement. See, when they scoped out the place of Canaan, they saw a place of increase before them. But when they came back to the camp and they told them what they saw, see, everybody else shrunk back into a small mindset because they said, no, we can't do that. We can't take them out. But Joshua and Caleb had a big mindset. And they said that we can do it. We can take them. So is your thinking limited? Are you thinking small? Or are you thinking like those people in the camp? Or are you thinking like Joshua and Caleb? We can overtake them. Amen. We can overtake this. We can press on. We can get through this. Amen. It reminds me of a song that En Vogue sang a long time ago. It said, free your mind and the rest will follow. You got to free your mind, because if you don't free your mind, then guess what? You're not going to go nowhere. You're going to stay right there where you are.
That's right. That's right.
Amen. One thing about it is that if I was to get a poster, a big old poster, and I was to put a small black dot right there in the middle, guess what? Everybody going to look at that dot, and they ain't going to think about the poster. Why? Because that one little dot that took your focus. But one thing about it is that you see a small dot, but you got a big old white canvas that you can see. So instead of focusing on the big white canvas, the bigness of the things, we focus on that small little thing. And it's that small little thing in our life that's keeping us from where we need to be. It's that small little thing that's keeping us from where we need to go. See, God is big. See, how many know that you need people in your life that's going to challenge you to push you forward?
That's right.
So if you got somebody that's sitting still, sitting stagnant, and they your friend, then guess what? Both of y'all going to sit still and sit stagnant together. But if you got somebody that's going to push you, if you got somebody that's going to say, you're not going to stay here, then guess what? They're going to push you to your next place in life. They're going to push you to your next destiny. See, people will stretch you. Relationships of people, they will stretch your nerves. They will stretch your mind. They will stretch your prayer life. But they also stretch your mindset. They'll stretch your faith. And they also stretch your outlook on life. See, if you want more, if you're tired of an unfulfilled, unfruitful, barren life, then God is saying enlarge and stretch. Enlarge and stretch. Enlarge and stretch. See, one thing about it is that you will never see a miracle until you stretch your faith. We put ourselves back because we feel like we're useless and we feel like we wasted. But God said, you're not finished yet. He got more in store for you. So you may have tried and you may have failed, and you get back, so what you do is you get back up. You dust yourself off. You stretch yourself. And you say, look, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try it again. We used to learn how to ride a bike. Guess what? We failed, right? We dusted ourselves off, right? We got right back on. Just because we're older, we still got to do the same thing. We're going to fall, but we got to get back up. We got to get back up. Zechariah chapter 4 verse 6 says, it's not by might nor by power, but it's by my spirit, says the Lord. You're not here. You're not going to do it on your own. God is here to help you. God is here to help you. Accept his help. Reach out to him so that he can help you. See, we can't spare ourselves. We can't be stingy. We can't hold back to whatever it takes for us to get to our goal. Whether it's blood, sweat, tears, our effort, money, time. We all need this in order to get to where we need to get to. See, we got to go further. See, lifting means to go further in output and effort. So you got to lift in yourself. And you got to strive for it. And you got to push for it. So you got to go the extra mile. Because guess what? The extra mile is extra. That's more than what you would normally do. That's more than your normal. And that's what you got to do. Is you got to go that extra mile. See, once you lengthen your cords, you must also be strengthened. You also strengthen your stakes. See, driving them deeper into the bedrock of God's truth. See, life is like a big trees. And they always said that the longest branches is how long the roots is underground. So when you stretch your branches out, that means your roots got to grow too. See, we got to understand that strengthening involves our development of our character. It builds our faith. It builds our trust in God. Whenever we enable us to deal with things that come. See, if we're not strong on the inside, the storm is going to bring us down.